My beloved child, come and place your hand in mine. Do not see this as a distant symbol or a poetic image. In this very moment, I am stretching my hand toward you. I cross every barrier you cannot see but your spirit recognizes. I am nearer than your breath, closer than the thoughts moving through your mind. Take a slow, gentle breath. Let the air fill your lungs as a sign that I am filling your soul. With every inhale, receive the peace I am pouring over you. With every exhale, release the weight you have been quietly carrying for so long. Allow this moment to be holy. Allow this moment to be different from all the others. Allow this moment to become the beginning of a new chapter in your story. You have built many walls inside yourself, and they did not appear overnight. Stone by stone, you raised them in seasons of pain, when you were betrayed, when you trusted and were hurt, when you hoped and were disappointed, when you loved and were rejected. You told yourself, I will never let anyone hurt me like that again, and so you closed doors inside your heart. But I am standing at those doors right now. I do not come to condemn you for trying to protect yourself. I understand why you did it. I saw every tear you wiped away in secret. I heard every silent scream of your heart when no one was watching. I know how deep those wounds go, and I know how carefully you learned to hide them. Yet I am gently asking you, let me in, not only into the parts of your heart that you show the world, not only into the tidy and presentable rooms, but into the messy places, the corners flooded with old memories, the closets where you stored regrets, the rooms where shame whispers in the dark. I am not here to humiliate you. I am here to heal you. You do not need to impress me. You do not need to pretend with me. I know every story behind every scar, and still I call you beloved. I have seen you at your lowest, and yet I still choose you. What you hide festers. What you bring into my life begins to heal. You have started to believe that this season of pain will never end. Your mind whispers, this is how it will always be. Your emotions tell you, this heaviness will never lift. Your wounds say, this is who you are now, broken, tired, damaged, exhausted. But I tell you the truth, your pain has an ending. The storm you are walking through is not eternal. The burden that bends your back will not always rest upon your shoulders. The sleepless nights, the anxious thoughts, the tightness in your chest, none of these are permanent. You look at your situation and think there is no way out. But I am already writing the closing lines of this chapter. While you feel stuck, I am quietly arranging endings and beginnings. I am closing doors that lead to destruction and opening doors that lead to restoration. Even when you cannot yet recognize what I am doing, the depression that has suffocated your joy will not define your future. The anxiety that consumes your thoughts will not hold you hostage forever. The loneliness that wraps around your heart like a cold blanket is not your destiny. There is a moment already set in my heart when you will look back and realize that what feels like your identity right now was only a season you were passing through. There have been many moments when I moved in your life, but you have forgotten them under the dust of stress and fear. Do you remember the crisis you thought would destroy you, but somehow it did not? Do you remember the day you had no strength left, and yet you still made it through? Do you remember the situation everyone said was hopeless, and then everything suddenly shifted? Those were not coincidences and not accidents. Those were my fingerprints. Worry has covered your memory like fog. The enemy wants you to forget the times I provided for you, protected you, and rescued you. He wants you so focused on what is wrong now that you no longer see how faithful I have already been. But I invite you to recall. Think back to the doors that opened when everything seemed closed. Think back to the words that came to comfort you at the exact moment you needed them. Think back to the times when you said, if this turns out okay, it will be a miracle, and then it did. You did not walk through those moments by your own strength alone. I strengthened your body. I steadied your mind. I held your heart together when it was breaking. I have never abandoned you, not once, not even for a second. If I was faithful then, why would I cease to be faithful now? Life has trained you to numb yourself. Every time you tried to feel deeply, pain seemed to rush in. So you taught your heart to feel less hope, less excitement, less expectation, less love. You whispered to yourself, if I do not feel much, I will not hurt as much. But you were not created to live half alive. I did not design you to exist in survival mode forever. I created you with the capacity to feel joy, tenderness, beauty, compassion, and wonder. I gave you the ability to experience deep love, deep gratitude, and deep peace. You have mistaken numbness for safety. and you have believed that shutting down is the only way to protect yourself. But protection without my peace becomes a prison. Today I breathe on your emotions again. Where your heart is frozen, I am melting the ice. Where your hope is buried, I am uncovering it. Where your joy has been asleep, I am gently waking it up. Yes, you may cry more, but your tears will no longer be only from despair. They will also flow from relief, from gratitude, from the overwhelming awareness that you are truly loved. Do not be ashamed of your tears. In my presence, no tear is wasted. They become seeds of healing and rivers of cleansing. They are not a sign of weakness, but evidence that your heart is still alive. You look at your age and wonder if it is too late. You fear you have missed your chance. You suspect your best days are already behind you. Those thoughts are not from me. You measure your life by calendars and clocks. But I am not bound by time. I see your journey from beginning to eternity in a single glance. I do not say too early or too late. I say right on time. You think you should have been further by now, that you should have known better years ago, that you have wasted too much of your life. Yet I am able to redeem what you consider wasted. I can use the lessons you learn through failure, the wisdom you gain through pain, and the compassion you develop through suffering. Some of my greatest work in my children's lives begins in seasons when the world says, "You are finished," but I say, "Now I am ready to begin something new." Your story does not end where your strength ends. Your story continues where my strength begins. I know it is hard for you to believe that I truly love you. The word love in your life has often been tied to disappointment, manipulation, or betrayal. Promises of love were given, then broken. So when I say, "I love you," part of your heart wants to believe, but another part flinches and whispers, "Be careful, it might not be real." But my love is not like human love. Human love can be unstable, selfish, distracted, and conditional. Mine is none of these. I loved you before you could do anything for me. I loved you before your first mistake. I loved you before anyone gave you a name. I loved you when you turned away from me, when you doubted me, when you accused me in your pain, when you cried, "Where are you?" in the dark. Through all of that, I did not move away from you. I moved toward you. You have asked me for proof that I care and that I am listening. Look back at everything that could have destroyed you but did not. Look at the moments you could have lost everything, yet somehow you were held. Look at the times you thought you were alone, but now you see that you were carried. Those were my arms around you when your soul could not stand anymore. Your thoughts are powerful, and often your day begins with a list of everything that is wrong. The mind wakes up cataloging problems, losses, and fears, so your day starts with complaint instead of gratitude, pressure instead of peace. I want to give you a new pattern of thinking. When you hear the same sentences over and over, "I am not enough. Nothing ever changes. It is always my fault. Everyone leaves." These are not new thoughts. They are chains. Begin to notice them. When they appear, do not welcome them as truth. Bring them to me and ask, "Is this how you see me? Is this what you say about my life?" I will train you to think differently, to recognize small blessings and treat them as treasures, to see progress even when it feels slow, to notice how often I provide and not only how often you lack, to remember victories and not only failures. Gratitude will not erase all problems, but it will free your heart from the prison of constant dissatisfaction and clear space inside you for hope to breathe again. You have learned to be strong for others. You hide your pain so they will not worry. You say you are fine, even when your soul is exhausted. You hold back your tears because you fear that once they start, they will never end. But I invite you to bring me your unfiltered emotions. If you need to cry, cry with me. If you need to whisper, whisper honestly. If you need to shout inside your heart, I can hear you. I am not offended by your honesty. Your tears are not evidence of weak faith. They are the language of your heart. When you weep before me, nothing is wasted. In my presence, your tears become seeds of comfort and markers of transformation. One day you will look back and realize that the tears you thought were drowning you were actually washing away what needed to leave your soul. There are choices you regret, words you wish you could take back, paths you wish you had never walked. These memories replay in your mind like painful scenes, and you think, "How could I have done that?" Shame settles on your shoulders like a heavy coat. I do not bring these memories to torment you. I bring them into my light to heal them. When you confess your failures to me, I do not respond with cold judgment. I respond with cleansing. I do not humiliate you. I restore you. I do not label you by your mistakes. I rename you according to my love. You say, I am ruined, but I say, you are forgiven. You say, I am unclean, but I say, you are washed. You say, I am disqualified, but I say, you were called and chosen. The guilt you drag behind you like a chain was never meant to be your lifelong companion. When you place your sin and shame in my hands, I do not polish them, I remove them. I do not half forgive or partly cleanse. When I forgive you, it is complete. You feel surrounded by problems, criticism, envy, and misunderstanding. Some speak against you behind your back. Others use your kindness as a chance to take advantage of you. You feel vulnerable and unprotected, but you are not defenseless. I place a shield around you that cannot be seen with human eyes. I assign my angels to guard you in ways you do not know. You are unaware of the accidents that never happened because I intervened, of the dangers that dissolved before they ever reached you. The enemy attacks with thoughts, fear, discouragement, and manipulation through other people, but he is not stronger than my protection over your life. I ask you to do your part too. Do not allow abusive people to stay close just because you are afraid to be alone. Do not surrender your boundaries for the sake of temporary approval. Do not tolerate violence, humiliation, or emotional control as though you deserve such treatment. You are my child. Your value is not negotiable. Your dignity is not for sale. I surround you, and I also invite you to step away from what destroys your soul. That is not a lack of love for others. It is obedience to the love I have for you. I do not desire only a small portion of your time or just one day of your week. I am not a distant ceremony or a religious appointment on a calendar. I am your Father all the time, in every hour, in every place. I want to walk with you in the quiet moments when you wake up, in the commuting moments when your mind drifts, in your busy hours when the pressure rises, in the silent evenings when fatigue and worry mix, in the late nights when you stare at the ceiling and replay your fears. I am not asking you for complicated rituals, but for simple sincerity. Talk to me in your own words. Say, thank you for this day. Say, help me with this situation. Say, give me wisdom. Say, I don't understand, but I trust you. Give me a few minutes in the morning before you fill your mind with everything else. Let your first conversation be with me, not with your worries, not with the news, not with the noise around you. Your day may not become magically easy, but you will become stronger and more anchored. You may believe that I only move in the spiritual areas of your life, but I am involved in everything that concerns you. I am working in your finances, bringing honest opportunities, teaching you wisdom in how you manage what you receive. I am moving in your relationships, softening hearts, healing misunderstandings, closing doors to toxic connections and opening doors to healthy ones. I am active in your health, strengthening you, guiding you toward choices that support healing, sustaining you in the process. I am present in your family, working in the hearts of the people you love even when you see no outward sign yet. I am at work in your dreams and your calling, arranging divine connections, aligning your gifts with my purposes, opening the right doors at the right time. You do not always see what I am preparing. Often, you only notice the results after everything is already set in place. Trust that my silence is never absence. When it seems like nothing is happening, much is being woven behind the scenes. You have spent years trying to be enough for those who never knew how to value you. You bent yourself to fit their expectations, lowered your voice so theirs could be louder, and accepted less than you deserved to avoid being abandoned. But your worth is not decided by how others treat you. If someone ignores you, your value does not decrease. If someone leaves you, your identity does not crumble. If someone criticizes you unfairly, the truth of who you are does not change. You are precious because I say you are. You matter because I formed you on purpose. You are irreplaceable because there is no one with your exact design and story. Stop begging for love from hearts that do not know how to love. Stop chasing approval from those who cannot see your true worth. Stop sacrificing your peace to keep relationships that I am gently trying to remove from your path. Let me define you. When you rest in how I see you, the chains of people-pleasing begin to break. Fear has walked beside you for a long time. Fear of failing, of being hurt again, of losing what you love, of the future, of not being enough, of being alone, of being forgotten. You have carried these fears so long that they feel like part of who you are. But I did not create you to be governed by fear. Bring your fears to me one by one. Tell me what you're afraid of losing. Tell me what you dread facing. Tell me the images that replay in your mind when you think about tomorrow. I will not mock your fear. I will meet you in it. I will speak truth to your heart. I will show you where fear is lying to you. I will teach you to stand even while fear trembles inside you. Courage is not living without fear. Courage is moving forward, holding my hand, even when your knees are shaking. Faith is not just believing that I exist. It is trusting me when everything around you seems to deny my promises. There will be days when you hear uplifting words in the morning. Yet by the afternoon, your situation still looks the same. You will pray for doors to open, and instead, some doors might close. You will hope for quick answers, and my reply may come more slowly than you wish. In those moments, you attempted to say, "Nothing is happening. God is not listening, but I am listening. I am working. I am preparing." Let your faith be more than a passing feeling. Speak my promises even when you do not feel them. Thank me before you see the full answer. Choose to keep walking even when the path ahead is unclear. Faith is not blind optimism. Faith is a steady trust in my character. You are not a random accident in a chaotic world. I formed you on purpose and for purpose. I placed talents in you that are not random. I allowed experiences that, though painful, will become tools to help others. I wrote days for you that carry meaning, even when they feel ordinary or heavy. There are people you will be able to encourage precisely because of what you have survived. There are hearts waiting to hear your honest story so they can find hope. One day you will look back and see that your life is not merely a record of suffering but a testimony of my faithfulness. Right now, let your shoulders relax. Notice your breathing. Sense how your heart is responding, maybe with warmth, maybe with tears, maybe with a quiet stillness you have not felt in a long time. This is my peace touching your spirit. You do not have to live in constant inner storms, with thoughts racing endlessly and disaster scenarios replaying in your mind. Receive the peace I am giving you. It does not depend on everything going right. It does not disappear when circumstances shake. It does not collapse when people disappoint you. My peace goes deeper than your understanding and guards you from within. You wonder how all of this will end. You ask if you will ever be truly free, if you will ever see the blessings that have been spoken over your life. Yes, you will, if you choose to walk with me, if you hold on to my words, if you refuse to surrender your faith to discouragement. You are not walking toward defeat. In me, you are walking toward victory. Victory over lies that have shaped your identity, over fear that has paralyzed your choices, over shame that has silenced your voice, over patterns that have kept you repeating the same pain. Stand up in your spirit, not because you suddenly feel strong, but because you believe that I am strong in you. Your future is not shaped by the darkness of your past, but by the light of my presence. And now, hear my final whisper to your heart, my child. I am here. I have always been here. I know what you have walked through. I know what keeps you awake at night. I know the things you do not tell anyone. Yet I am not leaving you. Give me your heart again, fully, without reservation. Give me your mornings, your days, and your nights. Give me your fears, your doubts, and your questions. Give me your dreams, your broken pieces, and your hidden pain. I will not waste any of it. I will heal you. I will guide you. I will protect you. I will surprise you with goodness. I will carry you when you cannot walk. I will fight for you when you are too tired to fight. You are not an accident. You are not forgotten. You are not alone. You are my beloved child, and nothing will ever change that. Walk forward with me now. We are not finished. This is not your ending. This is a new beginning.